Hi, I'm Rob Wheeler.
And I'm Brian Fitch.
We're going to show you how to have fun on a kicker.
Set. Okay, so the first thing you want to do before going off a kicker is learn how to do an early grab. You can do this right in the grass. Foot placement, front foot in a comfortable position right behind the front truck, back foot on the tail. If you don't have a tail, it's going to be more towards the back of your board. That way you can get that lift up. You're going to level out your board in the air. You're going to let go, drop your knees, put out the landing gear, and land safely. I'm goofy, right foot forward. I'm going to take my front hand, my right hand. It's going to come right behind my front foot, right behind that heel. And then I'm going to pop up, and you actually want to smack your tail off the concrete of grass, lift up those back wheels. And once you hear that smack, you're going to want to level yourself out and then land nice and level, let go of the board, land safely.
Once you feel that you've mastered the early grab on the flats, then you want to try to move it to a kicker. What you're going to need for any time going off the kicker is speed and confidence.
And your brain buffer. Some common problems in your first early grab off the kicker is not enough speed, not enough pop, and you're not looking where you need to go. You want enough speed so you can get up and off the kicker and into the landing zone. And you want enough pop to make sure that you get all the way up and off the kicker and you can level yourself out and set down. If you don't get enough pop, you can either nosedive or you can get too much pop and land on your tail. And finally, you want to make sure that you're looking at the kicker on your way off, and then as you're in the air, you're looking at the landing and not down at your board.
Alright, now that you mastered the early grab, straight air off the kicker, now it's time to have some more fun and throw in some variations. Our favorite and probably the safest next after the straight air early grab is a front 180 early grab. This is easy because you can spot your landing from takeoff to landing, and it's the same mechanics as you just learned with the early grab.
So as you're going through your progression, you want to line up with the kicker the same way as your straight air early grab. And once you're off with that big pop, you're going to start to rotate your shoulders, keeping your eyes looking at the landing and really trying to float it all the way around.
It's a really fun maneuver because you can really loft yourself in the air. It's easy to level your board out with that frontside rotation because everything's in front of you and you know the mechanics to keep your board level. So it's a really good one to really try to boost and rotate. Definitely our favorite. Common problems with this trick, definitely for me, is trying to rotate before I'm even off the kicker. You want to make sure you get that nice pop before you start rotating your shoulders.
Right, backside 180. So once you guys have your front 180 down, you can move it to the backside. Again, it's the opposite spin. You're still going to want to line up the same way as your straight early grab or your front 180. And again, just like the front 180, you want to pop off the kicker, make sure your board's off the kicker before you start your rotation. And as you pop and start to level out, you throw your shoulder around, kind of look back towards the lip of the kicker, and as you're coming down, you kind of spot your landing, line your board up nice and straight, and set it down.
I would say this is a little bit harder than the first two tricks that we learned because you're actually going into it blind after you leave the kicker. You know, you're losing your landing. So as you leave the kicker, you kind of want to look down at the ground so you can kind of spot your landing. You know how much time you have to either speed up your rotation or slow it down to make sure you land clean. The other thing is trying to rotate before you leave the kicker. A lot of times you'll try to rotate this before you're ready and your board will stay on the kicker and you'll go flying off backwards. So you want to make sure you get that same clean pop as you did with the early grab and the front 180. And then start your rotation by rotating your shoulders, just the backside, and then just looking down at the ground, spotting your landing, put down the landing gear, and ride away clean. Okay, so that's how you have fun off a kicker. I hope you learned a lot. and I really hope that you really try to master your kicker skills. It's a lot of fun, and they can be intimidating, but I actually broke my collarbone the first time I went off a kicker, so if I can redeem myself and master these skills, so can you.
Make sure that you wear your helmet, your gloves with deep pucks, and crash pads if you got them, because you will hit the ground.
You don't have to have a kicker in your backyard to learn these tricks. You can simply try these off of a curb. Go to your local skate park, try it off of any kind of transition that you can find.
Or come to our FB Slide Jams, the Mid-Atlantic Freeride Series, and try yourself off this FB Money Booter.
I'm Rob Wheeler.
I'm Brian Fitch.
Thanks for watching. Boom!